To walk around naked all the time is also a dream of mine. The rewatchability of this show is not great because the plotline of Agatha All Along seems to be pretty straightforward. I will give you a short summary of the first 2 episodes and where I think the season is going, but then we're moving quickly to the signs and clues and foreshadowing and the fun stuff that I like to analyze in these shows. Agatha, currently Agnes, is living in a very over-the-top murder mystery TV show currently, and if you've seen my previous videos, you know how absolutely topical this is for my channel right now. So from the starting point, I'm excited, especially because this is so absolutely over the top that Agatha, Katherin Hahn, is literally pouting, like Jace Valarian pouting for the entirety of the murder mystery TV show. It's chef's kiss. I love that. Laughed so hard. Anyways, Agnes finds Wanda's dead body, which I will forever refuse she's dead. And I'm pretty sure this is just Marvel being like, fuck you, because whenever there is a death in this kind of like shows where people just are brought back to life or reborn a lot, the golden rule is if there is no body, the person isn't dead. So what Marvel is doing with Agatha All Along is showing us a dead body, but we don't even see her face. We see her hair. So Marvel, fuck you. And I will not believe Wanda is dead ever, especially because we are seeing her dead body in an illusion. Hello? And listen, I know one of the rules of these illusions is that there is a correspondence to real life, so every person who is there or even animal is also in real life, but I refuse to believe that Wanda is dead. Agatha finding Wanda's body basically means she's waking up from Wanda's spell that she's been under for 3 years. Yes, Agatha has been living magicless, magicianless, witchcraftyless, whatever. She's been living without magic in the town of Eastview for 3 years, believing she's Agnes. Of course, Agnes/Agatha doesn't get out of it alone. She gets some help from Abrey Plaza, who wants to kill her, and from Charlie from Heartstopper, who wants her help, and kinda becomes her familiar, but I think he's something else altogether. We will discuss it later on in this video. Quick side notes about these two characters. First of all, love them to bits. Second of all, in the scene where Abrey Plaza is introduced, I was cracking up. Those two together are insanely hilarious. So I'm really looking forward to the moment when Abrey Plaza appears in the road, because that's gonna be funny. Note number 3, I am completely dying waiting for Heartstopper Season 3. As a Zillennial who had to watch Paige trying to drown Emily in the pool, I would give half of my liver for Heartstopper Season 3. The first episode is Agatha waking up from the illusion, and this is where we get the naked scene because she literally stripped herself of all of the personas that Wanda put on her, and girl, same. Props to the show and to Katherin Hahn, because thank you for giving us a scene with a naked female character that isn't sexual or sexualized in any way. Oh my god. Who would have thought that you can use nudity to express anything else other than sexual desire? Who could have thought that? I too wish that my naked body could be seen as just an expression of who I am. My human skin in its barest form after stripping out all of the layers imposed on me by society. Did I know I was going to have this kind of reflections watching Agatha All Along, a Marvel TV show? No. And I mean, just think about it. If you had just woken up from a 3-year period of your life where someone else was taking control of your mind and making up all the decisions for you and you had absolutely no freedom of choice, would your first action be to understand what the hell had been going on? Or would it be to put on some clothes? I don't think you would even realize you were naked until someone told you. You know? Episode 2 basically just consists of Agatha with her pet slash human boy slash heartstopper Charlie going around a 3,000 mile radius looking for fellow witches to form a coven to open the gate to the witches' road. Pretty simple concept, isn't it? Actually, it is. Compared to what we've been seeing in the rest of Marvel, very simple concept. The rest of the season will be Agatha and her buddies going through the road and eventually getting to the end and recovering their powers. We will see different challenges within the road. We will obviously see Abrey Plaza appearing again. You will understand a little bit better what kind of challenges they might face when I explain to you the kind of witches that she was recruiting, because they have different powers, so it implies that they will use those powers on the road, so you kind of can almost already tell what is going to happen. And I think Wanda is appearing again, if not alive then dead. Yes, this is me looking at you and at myself. Now let's take a look at the fun stuff, the unanswered questions, the signs, the foreshadowing, the end credits. Let's go. The first episode is called Seekest Thou the Road, which is pretty obvious to what they're doing. And I noticed on my second watch that that Agatha is kind of humming a song at the beginning of the first episode. And this is the song we will hear them sing at the end of the second episode to bring forth the gate that will take them to the Witch's Road. And after she stops humming it, a piano plays in the background and it's the same song. So props to Agatha All Along for priming us to be expecting this song. My first question was, why a murder mystery? Like, why would she choose a murder mystery to wake up out of Wanda's spell? And in the very beginning, we get Agatha here, Agnes, telling her partner that the chief called on her after a 3-year pause. I think it's what is implied, because they have a case only she can solve. And the case is the case of Wanda's death. This paired with another quote from later on from Abrey Plaza when she tells Agnes, "Is this really how you see yourself?" And she means the murder mystery. Like, is this really how Agatha sees herself as a detective in a small town murder mystery? No, it is not. Anyone who watched the previous season, the WandaVision season, will know that this is absolutely not how Agatha sees herself. So if this isn't how Agatha sees herself, and she's solving a case that only she can solve, the case of Wanda's death, wouldn't it be more believable that she wasn't the one that chose to be in a murder mystery TV show? That maybe this is still Wanda? Because she wants Agatha to find her? I will never, ever, ever give up on the fact that Wanda could be alive, because that's Wanda. This is one of my favorite characters. Why must all the women die? At least they brought back Gamora. At least they brought her back. I'm happy for that. Another thing that to me points to the fact that Wanda could still be alive is the fact that Agatha cannot know who the boy is. And I think there could be a second explanation for this, but let's go with Wanda for now. Because what if this is Wanda's spell lingering, and the murder mystery is Wanda's spell, and maybe even the boy was sent by Wanda? Because he says in the second episode that he was the one who woke her up. I mean, he wasn't, but I guess he tried. And maybe this is the way that Wanda gets Agatha to go look for her at the Witch's Road or something. The supposed victim in the murder mystery TV show was found because of an anonymous tip. Now we know that every single person and animal and whatever else, house even, in the murder mystery illusion corresponds to someone or something in the real world. So the person who sent this anonymous tip has to correspond to someone in the real world. Now, was this the boy? Was this Abrey Plaza? Or was this Wanda? And The biggest clue to the possibility that Wanda may be alive actually comes from Agnes/Agatha herself, because when she gets to the crime scene and she sees her partner, she says to him, well, she obviously wasn't killed here, but is she really dead? And the partner says she's really most sincerely dead. And Agatha says, you never know, and winks at him. If that isn't a hint that she's alive, I don't know what is. Come on. And then Agatha finds a pendant of the mother maiden crone at the crime scene, which is assumed to belong to the victim, or maybe the person who dropped the victim there or something like that. And she keeps it for herself, which means she's hiding evidence. Well, technically. Later on, we find out that the pendant was made in North America, possibly New England, in the late 17th century. And when we open the locket, the pendant, there is a bit of hair, of black hair inside the pendant. When we get to the end credits section, we will see that there's a reference to New England around this time. So these things are connected to Agatha's history with the Salem witch trials, probably. And also later on in this episode, while in the murder mystery TV show, we see that in Agnes's house, there is a room of a child without the child in it, basically implying that Agnes and also Agatha, because remember, everything corresponds to the real world, implying that she had a son. The son is named Nicholas, so we know it was a boy. And I think that mesh of hair is from her son, that she possibly lost during the witch trials. Now, she's gonna get into theory territory. I don't think the son died. I think they made her believe that he died, but he's alive. And he's who? The boy, Charlie from Heartstopper. She thinks he's going to become her familiar, but no. He's her son. And this is why she can't hear his name. Either Wanda is doing it, or the person who took the son away from her is doing it to protect him or protect her for some other reason that we will eventually find out. But I think that is her son. And I think this is also related to Abrey Plaza and to the Earth Witch. You know, the blonde woman that doesn't remember anything, that is supposedly called Heart. Remember what Abrey Plaza said to Agatha when they were fighting? I do have a heart, a black heart. And when the clairvoyant witch wrote all the names of the witches for her coven, she wrote 3 names and then she wrote a black heart. The lady is called Heart, and this was the name that the Scarlet Witch gave to her. So she doesn't remember who she is and possibly didn't remember who she was even when Wanda was controlling the city, the town. So with these many references to the past, Abrey Plaza clearly knew Agatha all the way back in New England during the Salem witch trials. She has that mesh of hair independent from that time. These witches are super old. They probably existed in that time and knew each other through the years. And then we have a bunch of incidents and unrelated events kind of in the history of witches where all of these people somehow lost their powers or became very weak, and this is why they're going on a road. And this one witch specifically, the Earth Witch, the one with the flowers, the one that can't remember who she is, the one who Wanda named Heart, this witch is connected to Abrey Plaza for sure, because Abrey Plaza says what? That she does have a heart, but it's a black heart. The lady is named Heart. She doesn't remember. It's implied that the black heart is a consequence of something that Agatha did. So either they were sisters or they were really close friends and they knew the Earth Witch way back when in the Salem witch trials. Agatha somehow betrayed them or did something to them, and that's why Abrey Plaza has a black heart. Possibly why the Earth Witch has a black heart as well. And I think all of this is connected to the pendant from the Salem witch trials and to the hair, which I think is the boy's hair. Wow, that took a long time. I hope you can understand that because I'm not re-recording it. Okay, back to the crime scene. When Abrey Plaza appears to discuss the case, she's technically an FBI agent coming to give her help to the local police, which is Agatha. And she says, it's almost like she magically appeared there because the victim, Wanda, wasn't off there. Someone took her life somewhere else and then transported her there because there is no blood or anything on the ground. So Aubrey Plaza, FBI agent, is saying, oh, it's almost like she magically appeared there. So my question is, who magically transported Wanda there? Was it Wanda? Was it Aubrey Plaza? Was it the boy? Was it Agatha? I'm gonna say it was Wanda because I want her back. Marvel, you have the audacity to cast RDJ as another character to save the Marvel Universe and you don't bring Wanda back. And then Agatha says, as Agnes, that cases about small towns are all about the town, the people in the town, the secrets around the people in the town. So I think that this is a clue to her past. In the Salem witch trials, I think there is something that we don't know about that happened all the way back in the late 17th century or 18th, I don't remember, back then. And it's all connected to all of these witches. It's connected to Aubrey Plaza, it's connected to the boy, and it's connected to wherever they will find on the road. There is something that happened between all of these people in the past that connects them all in this small town mentality, and we will find this out during the road or possibly at the end of the road because it will be relevant to Agatha's arc and possibly to Wanda because Wanda is the Scarlet Witch. She's deep within the lore of the witches of the Marvel Universe, so we have to go into that. I hope. I really want Wanda back. Another question I have, and I don't understand how this is working, is why doesn't Agatha remember her time as Agnes? Because when Wanda was controlling everyone in Eastview, everyone knew what was going on. Like, they had their memories, they just didn't have control over their bodies. So why doesn't she remember? Is it Wanda's spell still lingering? Is she still alive? Now, when Agatha and Aubrey Plaza are fighting, it's kind of implied that Agatha can't kill Aubrey Plaza. I keep saying Aubrey Plaza as if that's the character. I don't know the name of this character. Does someone know? Can someone put it in the comments? Anyway, when Aubrey Plaza and Agatha are fighting, it's kind of implied that Agatha cannot kill Aubrey Plaza because she isn't strong enough. Like, she could kill her legally if she could, but she isn't strong enough. But Aubrey Plaza is strong enough to kill Agatha, but she legally can't. And I don't know what this is. Am I just out of the lore, or does anyone know why Aubrey Plaza can't kill Agatha? So at the end of the first episode, Aubrey Plaza says, yeah, I won't kill you, but I'm gonna tell everyone else who's looking for you where you are. So she will be expecting the Salem 7, which is a group of really scary witches, to come after her in the following day at dawn. No. At twilight? No. At the end of the day. I don't know these terms in English. At the end of the day. Let's move on to the fun stuff. The credits. The amount of information in these credits, people. Amazing. I just hope they change them with the episodes and we get new, fresher information because right now there's a lot of stuff that we already know. But let's go through it anyway. The first frame, it looks kind of like a news article and is an instruction for the witches that go to the witches' road to take off their shoes so they can connect to the power on the road. And we see them doing this at the end of the second episode when they open the gates to the road. However, right below that article, there's an article that is cut off, but we can see the title that says, "Can you talk to the dead?" Tell me we're not seeing Wanda. We are seeing Wanda. And here on the next page on the news article is where we see the reference to New England, where it says, "The Wonders of the Invisible World," being an account of the trial of several witches, several written with a B, several, very north of Portugal core, lately executed in New England. Remember the pendant. In the second frame, we get a Google image of a search. That person is searching for a song. the Witch's Road, which is called The Ballad of the Witch's Road. The person who sings it is Lorna Wu. Lorna Wu is the mother of one of the witches that will be in Agatha's coven in the second episode. And the thing about this witch is that she was lost. Supposedly, she was lost to the Witch's Road. So the reason why her daughter is joining the coven is to find her mother at the Witch's Road. The sixth frame is an image, an illustration of 5 witches sitting on a big-ass broom, and one of the witches is holding a German sausage. I'm sure this sounds random now, but it will make sense when the episode comes along. In the 7th frame, we get an article, a modern internet article that says Modern Witches, which is what we see, which is what we see in episode 2. But in the frame 9, we see an image of 5 cats dancing around a fire, which could possibly mean they're familiars. Frame 10, we get a reference to the witch from Snow White, which is typically known as a crone. So we see a reference to the pendant, and we'll also see a maiden in another credit, and I don't think we see a mother. Agatha. I feel like it's fair to say at this point that Agatha might have been the 3 witches at one point or another in her life. She might have been the maiden when she was young. She might have been the mother who lost her child and then became a crone. And I really like this idea of a cyclic existence, that the stereotypes used to classify and box women, in this case witches, who are basically just women who thought differently from everyone else. The stereotypes that are used to, stereotype them and box them are useless, because maybe we all are maiden, mother, crone in different phases of our lives. In frame 11, we see an image of a crow dividing the frame between 2 parts, one that is handwritten and one that is typewritten. And the crow appears again on second episode, so these animals must be relevant for something. And on the typewritten part, we see a reference to India and to someone named Rumi and to the late Rafa. Now, I don't know what this means, but I do hope they go to India, because that would be fun, wouldn't it? In a later episode, we see Indian witches. I want that. In frame 15, we see a really cool dictionary, and there's a bunch of words, but only one part is highlighted. I don't know if it's the word witnessing or whittling, because I don't know what the word whittling means, but the highlighted part, not highlighted, underlined. The underlined part says attention of a fact or event, and furnishes, I'm gonna say furnishes because I don't remember what the word was. Furnishes, I think it's like gives, provides evidence or proof. As in Agatha providing proof that Wanda is alive. In frame 20, we get an image that I'm pretty sure is a reference to the book Master and Margarita. And I mean, if we're going to India, we might as well go to Russia as well. And then we reach frame 30. And in frame 30, we get again the question, can you talk to the dead? However, this time we also see an image of the ground. You know, whenever you're summoning a demon, and there's like that star on the ground with a bunch of candles in a circle? Yeah, we see that. And then we see that in the next frame over Westview. So I'm thinking, are they summoning the devil? Are they summoning Wanda? And are they using Westview as sacrifices? Let's hope so. We hope for chaos in this channel, always. In frame 32, we see a person dressed as a witch, I think, like as an Halloween costume. And then we see inscribed on the screen, twin superstition. Who was a twin? Who was a twin? Who was a twin? Say it with your heart, Wanda. Then in episode 2, which is called Circle Soon with Fate, Open Thy Hidden Gate, which is probably a continuation of the previous poem that we saw in episode 1, and is very topical because they will open the gate in this episode. Now you might be asking, what the hell does this road even do anyway? The road gives you the thing you want most if you can reach the end. This is very much Jack Sparrow compass vibes core. where it points to the thing you want most. And honestly, Agatha kind of gives Jack Sparrow Harley Quinn vibes, which is fine, I love it. But Marvel, I see you. And I'm thinking, we're pretty sure we all know what they want. They all want more power or any power, and Lorna Wu's daughter wants her mother back. But it's safe to say that this won't play out like that some witch or other will sacrifice their desire for power for something else entirely. And I hope that one of them wants to bring Wanda back. I'm so sorry that I'm obsessed with Wanda. I will shut up about her in the next episodes if we have no clues. If we have clues. Okay, to end this foreshadowing signs details investigation, I'm going to just talk about the 4 witches that will join Agatha's coven and the warning signs that the Salem 7 are coming. First witch is a divination witch, which basically can see the future, the past, and talk to the dead, I assume. And she's going because she wants more power. Second witch is a potions witch. She's kind of Professor Trelawney from Harry Potter. Potions, crystals, crystal balls, stuff like that. Jade eggs. She's going because she wants power. She doesn't have any. She's blocked or bounded or something. Third witch is a blood witch. I have no idea what this means, but her mother was Lorna Wu. So technically blood witch means that she was the daughter of a witch, but I don't know what kind of power she has. Potentially the power to sing a good song. And the fourth witch is the Green Witch, who has the power of the earth, I guess. She controls plants and flowers and shit like that. This is the witch who doesn't remember who she is or thinks she's someone else completely, and possibly the witch that is related to Abrey Plaza with the black heart thing. And the omens that Agatha sees before the Salem 7 come are a crow, a rat, and a wolf. And then they come for her and everyone just goes inside the gates to the Witch's Road. And these were the first 2 episodes. Stick around if you want me to discuss the details, foreshadowing, and all that cute shit for the following episodes. I will shut up about Wanda. I just needed to get this shit out once. But I think it could be a promising season because the plot seems very straightforward, but they can include a lot of nicely put plot twists because the lore exists and is probably huge. And this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting our expectations to be subverted, especially because this is Agatha. You know, in WandaVision, they literally revealed Agatha's influence by playing a song. So I expect a lot of subversion. Marvel, do not disappoint me. Thank you for watching. Comment your delusional theories. I love delusional theories. I love comments and I will insert them in my next video.